What's up, comic fans? How's it going? You know what time it is. It is Monday, so it's time for some motivation to get you going through your week. And today we've got Marc Silvestri, the Millennium edition from Wizard, and this is kind of like the companion to the other one I did, the Jim Lee Millennium edition. This one's not quite as thick. The Jim Lee book is definitely thicker, but still lots of cool stuff. I didn't even know this existed, and I saw it. I'm like, all right, I got to grab this. So, big fan of Marc Silvestri, and some really cool stuff in here. I don't know a whole lot about Marc Silvestri, actually. So, there's some cool stories in here, some cool information that I did not know. But real quick, it tells you about how he broke into the comics. He was at the Chicago Comic-Con in 1981, and it tells the story how he was standing in line. He was like the second from the front after hours of standing in line, and they shut down the portfolio review that he was standing in line for. And Joe Orlando was one of the guys there reviewing. And actually, I don't think we need this light. I think that looks all right. Let's try this one. Yeah, so they shut it down, and he's with his brother Eric Silvestri, and he's like, "No, man, we're not giving up." And he's like, "You got some great stuff." So they go to the hotel where Joe Orlando is staying. And they like, I guess they watched him go into his room, and then they go over and they knock, and they're like, "Room service," and he opens the door, and there they are. There's Marc Silvestri standing there with his portfolio in hand, and he's like, "Guys, come on, we're done." And Eric Silvestri's like, "No, man, you got to see this stuff. This is great." And he's like, "Oh, all right, whatever." So brings him in, takes a look. He flips through all the pinups that he gave him, and he's like, "Nah, this sucks. This isn't good. Nah, this is bad." And at the time, he had a lot of Frank Frazetta influence in his artwork and his pinups. But when he got to his sequential page work, he was actually like, "This is really, really good. I see some talent here." He's like, "All right, I'm going to give you a job." So he got his first work, and then, would work on like 8 pages here, 8 pages there. And then, eventually he got some regular work on Conan. And another funny story, when he got his first gig on Conan, he, back then the scripts they didn't have like a page breakdown. So literally he just got like this script, and his job was to break it down into 22 pages, the standard comic book size. Well, he's like 18 pages in, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I could do 10 more pages." So he, calls up the editor. He's like, "Hey, can I go to like page 26? And they're like, "No." And they end up cutting, like literally, scissor cutting his sequentials and making it fit into the 22 pages. But it's kind of funny. So he almost, the caption was like he almost lost his job as soon as he got it, working on Conan. So yeah, so it kind of goes through all the history. I'm actually still not done reading it, but lots of great stuff. So it tells you how, his influences, definitely Frank Frazetta, lots of fantasy stuff. And then John Buscema, who I definitely see his influence there. I'm a big fan of his as well. But anyway, awesome stuff. I think I picked up around here. But he's a big fan of Weapon X. Yeah, I love this whole series that, what is his name? I'm blanking on his name. Blah, 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 blah. I love it. I can't. Barry Windsor Smith. Thank you. Gosh. Yeah, he's a big fan of that, and so am I. I think it's the best origin story. Awesome artwork, all done by Barry Windsor. Great stuff. All right, so anyway, it kind of goes through a lot of cool facts, fun facts and stuff. And about this time that they published this, Marc Silvestri was working on Hunter Killers, which is an awesome series. He'd already done his work on the new X-Men, which is rad. Here's a look at The Darkness. Marc Silvestri's first rendition of The Darkness had this crazy cape that he was like, "It's absolutely horrendous. What was I thinking?" And then we got the Darkness that you all know and love. So here's some of the stuff on the new X-Men. Really rad. Hunter Killers. Really cool book. Very fun. Dun, 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 dun. I love how his style was kind of changing and morphing at that time, and got some awesome stuff. All in the Family. This was in the Jim Lee book as well. By the way, if you missed the Jim Lee book, I'll put a little link here for you. You can go back and check that out. But all the people from the studio, Billy Tan, Joe Benitez, Tyler Kirkham, Mike Choi, David Nakayama, Joe Weems, Eric Basolda, if I'm saying that right, Steve Fertrow. No, Michael Turner. He didn't make it in there, but he was in the studio one time. I did read there was some sort of legal battle over Fathom, I think. So maybe that's why Turner didn't make it in here. Anywho, I don't know that story, but I'll have to figure that one out. The Silvestri years, the director's commentary. Have to go through this. Lots of old stuff. This would be definitely rad to look at. Some old Uncanny X-Men. There's that classic cover Silvestri did. Very cool. Dun, 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 dun. All right. The Wolverine years. I have some of the issues of the Wolverine stuff that he did, but I might have to go back and get more. But Cyberforce #1. So this is kind of just going back through history. What I really like to look at is the gallery section. So this one, unfortunately, does not have, I feel like on the cover it says bonus private sketches and extensive art gallery. I feel like the sketches are not as cool, or you don't get as much as you do with the Jim Lee sketchbook. Just my one comment there. So the sketchbook section is pretty small, and then you get the cover gallery, which is always fun. But let's go ahead and check out some awesome Silvestri little cool sketches and stuff. So here we have Witchblade cover pencils for Wizard 170. Very cool. All the Wizard covers, I remember them back in the day, man. They were all so good, and they all had amazing art, amazing artists on them. I never collected the Wizard magazines, though, but they always had some awesome stuff. So this is a private commission, Witchblade and the Angelus. I feel like I've seen this before. Some early designs for Striker and Ripclaw. Get some more light on there. These are actually in the back of the Cyberforce trade paperback, if you have seen that. So it gives you some of those sketches. This is rad. Dracula and Magdalena. Very cool. Some more Cyberforce sketches. Evo and Company. Witchblade. First appearance of Witchblade, which was in Cyblade She, that we actually just took a look at too. I didn't realize that was her first appearance. But if you missed that video, I'll put a link up there. Boom. There you go. But yeah, Marc Silvestri's work on Cyblade She was fantastic. Really awesome stuff. What is that? Inferno concept art for Movie Pitch. Inferno Demon. Hunter Killers. Gotta get the right amount of light so you guys can see all this wonderful artwork. The Angelus cover sketch to Darkness Half. I think he went with a different cover. I think I have the Darkness Half, but maybe I don't. But I thought it was something else. But that is cool. Witchblade Darkness cover pencils to Witchblade 10. Is this Weems? Nope, it's Bat Banning. His inks are awesome. Really awesome. Cover sketches to darkness. Witchblade concept art. Witchblade statue. Very cool. Here you go. There's a Ballistic Jam poster. Got Benitez, Randy Green. Or is that Queen? It says our Queen. So I guess it was Queen. So there you go. There's that. The first sketch of the darkness. Some Michael Turner in there. Finch. Anthony Gorder on inks. Adam. Don't know who that is. McDaniel. Cool deal. Hunter Killer. Yeah, that was a fun series. I think Mark Waid was writing that. But yeah, that was cool. I dug that. Ripclaw Ballistic Velocity and Psyblade. Cover pencils for Cyberforce #1 variant. Very cool. All right. Now we get to the checklist. So this is going to give you all the books that Silvestri's worked on, which is pretty cool. But it's only going to be updated to, gosh, whenever this book was published. Let's see. When did this book come out here? Came out in 2006. So there you go. The Jim Lee one was 2004. So this one's 2006. So it's only going to be updated till 2006. So it's going to be missing a bit. Dun, 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 dun. Very cool. All right, so the cover gallery. Well, it just says gallery. So this is covers, pinups, posters, and original artwork. So they're throwing it all together in here. But what I see is mostly just covers. But whatever, we'll let it slide. King Conan. So I think that was his first. So 1982 cover pencils. So I think that was his first. Let's see, 16, 14, 17. Yeah, so this was the first book he worked on. And he did the whole book. Well, actually, no, because he said. No, this is his cover, because the book he worked on had a cover by somebody else. I think it was Williamson. And it was like a hawk fighting Conan, and it looked awesome. So no, this wasn't his first book. Let's see. Let's go back and look, because now I'm curious, because he said that he didn't do the cover. Dun, dun, dun. Mm-hmm. Where was that? Here it is, right here. So, Conan the Barbarian, looks like 135. Regular Conan Barbarian. So there's the story. His big mistake. Had to fit it within 22 pages. Conan the Barbarian 135. So it's not in order, but I don't know why it's not in there. Interesting. Well, that is weird. They got the Revenge of the Living Monolith in there, which Silvestri's like, I hated that issue. I hate my artwork in that. But, all right. So anyway, so these are Silvestri's covers, apparently. Dun, 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 dun. X Factor. Now this run, I have all these. These are really awesome. His work in this is like so solid and very John Buscema-like. And yeah, it's really good. It's different, I think, from a lot of the other stuff he did. Like, there's just a different feel to the art. Like, it's just more classy. Like this. Here's a cover he did. But it's just like, everything's classic. So definitely He's definitely just kind of, you know, taking his inspirations and just kind of, you know, doing more what they do rather than something more like this, you know, a little more rough Silvestri. This stuff is just like so solid and classy is all I could think to call it, but it's just really good. So I'd have to go take a look. I have these issues and it's a really fun series. I'd be interested to see who inks them and if maybe he's just doing, you know, finishes or layouts or something, because there's something about these issues that are just different than typical Silvestri. Because, you know, sometimes an inker might kind of do just a different job on your work, or maybe you're doing, maybe you're not doing finishes. So I'd be interested to see what's up with those books. Really cool stuff. So this is early X-Men. Let's get rid of this glare. It's a little darker, but let's see if I can fix this light situation. There we go. The Brood is back. The Brood is back. The Brood is back. It's a cool cover. So this is X-Men. This has got to be Claremont, Chris Claremont. I know he did all the Brood stuff. So I do not own a lot of these issues, and I'm not familiar. I have this one, but I need to go back and do some reading because I love Claremont stuff. The old school X-Men. Check that out. Master Mold. Love that Rogue outfit. Silvestri's got a lot of energy to his work. It's very cool. There you go. He said, I think this is one of his favorite covers. X-Men 251. I think I have this book. I have this one right here. Yeah, so I'm missing a lot of issues. I love Silvestri's work. I think I was more focused on collecting all the old Jim Lee stuff. And here and there, where if I find something, I pick it up. I might have this issue as well. That's an awesome cover. Seen this all over t-shirts and stuff. Very cool. That's rad. So Larry Hama is writing, and after his work on Uncanny X-Men, he went over to the Wolverine stuff, and he said it was just a good break from the team stuff, and it was very like more of like Wolverine the Wanderer, just taking on, you know, Yakuza thugs or something. But he really enjoyed this stuff. Now, this is cool. This is this looks a little different from the other stuff. I dig it. So 44, 43, because this is like really rough Silvestri. And then this is like more refined Silvestri, I feel like. Very cool. I'll dig it. I think I might have this issue too. It's the collector in us that now it's like, oh, I gotta get that issue. Oh, I gotta get that one. It's just that collector thing, man. The collector bug. Oh, I gotta get this. All right, what do we got here? We got some Marvel Swimsuit Special 1992. Very cool. I don't know who that is. That's Psylocke, right? Is that Magic? Is that, I don't know who these chicks are, man. Jean Grey, Storm, but yeah, I think that's Magic. Or no, the Dazzler. The Dazzler. But yeah, I don't know who these other chicks are. That could be Boom Boom, maybe? Oh no, the ears. So is that Feral? I don't know. I feel dumb now. Star Trek and the X-Men. Alright, now we get to the new X-Men stuff. These were some cool issues. We got to see Beast in a different light. But yeah, the artwork in these was fantastic. Really cool stuff. Miller, Romita Jr., Jason. This is when Silvestri was doing all the Marvel covers. He did so many Marvel covers. I feel like at this point, though, he kind of was not doing as much sequential work. That's rad. Cyberforce! Oh yeah, baby. I really dug this cover and number 2's cover. They were just awesome. Let's see. There's number 2. Okay, that's not... Is that the one I'm thinking of then? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this cover... I mean, all the covers for the Cyberforce stuff are awesome. But number 1 just like stuck in my head. For sure. There's number 3. The Pit! Oh yeah. Very cool. So I think on issue 3, Scott Williams started inking his stuff. But before that, issue 1 and 2 was all Silvestri. Awesome. Ballistic. Very cool. Yeah, Silvestri, Jim Lee, just their covers are always like just phenomenal. Their cover work is great. I was looking at this hand, I'm like, how many fingers does he have? But 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the lighting kind of throws you off a little bit. How many fingers is that? All right, there you go. Cyblade She. There's his cover. Very cool. So much to look at. So this is Silvestri inking, I think it was Peterson. Brendan Peterson, if I'm not mistaken. Because I believe Peterson did the codename Strikeforce. But it says Silvestri cover inks. The Darkness. That's funny, I've never seen this cover. Is this a cover or a pinup? Opposite page, Darkness Half, Top Cow edition. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that. This I have. It's actually right on my wall, right over there. I picked it up from Matt Banning at a convention, and it's just one of those images that is just like, it doesn't get any better than that right there. That's like quintessential Darkness, and I had to own it, so it's right there on my wall. I get to stare at it every day. It's so cool. Bam! Creepy. Silvestri's Darkness work was awesome. Super cool. And he kind of discusses a little bit how when he was thinking about like the whole cape thing, he like had to get away from it, and so he just started drawing all these demons, and that actually became more like his cape. You know, just these demons popping out everywhere. So that kind of, you know, it's actually demons instead of a cape, which is pretty stinking rad. Very cool. The Darkness. Dun, 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 dun. Cover pencils, Silvestri, and it says tan. Inking. Very cool. But the way Silvestri draws the ladies, I don't know if any other artist is as good as Marc Silvestri at drawing the ladies. They're just beautiful. It's great stuff. Super cool. Witchblade, Wizard World Boston. This, I think, what's that? 18 cover pencils with Michael Turner. That's rad. Oh, there you go. There's the cover image right there. Boom. That's that there. Just really, really small. Without the background. Tomb Raider! Awesome stuff. Hunter Killers. Hunter Killer, sorry. There's Wolf. So like I said, not a whole lot of, like, you know, it's a lot of covers, not much else than that. I feel like the Jim Lee book had a lot more extra stuff, which it's still cool. It's still Silvestri, so, you know. So what's this here? Fathom swimsuit special, and that looks like an old school. I know. Is that? Let's see. Bum bum bum. Homage Studios swimsuit special. Arcanum. I have that book. I actually recently got it, and the binding is falling apart, and the pages are falling out of it. But it's a book I never read. I'm like, oh, let me check this out. I like Brandon Peterson's work, and it's falling apart. Another pinup that I got from Matt Banning at a convention. It's just super awesome. I don't have this one on my wall, but it needs to be, because it's just so awesome. Dun, 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 dun. Here we have Tomb Raider Gallery. Like I said, he's good drawing the women's. Oh, more women's. I've never seen these before. Very cool. Got some Superman down here. Silvestri did Superman Darkness? What? I didn't know about this. I did not know about that. The Agency. Alright, getting into the Mark Millar days here. Some Wanted. This is Evo. I'm not familiar with that. Fathom. The Darkness Hulk. Very cool. Magdalena. Weems. Yeah, I don't know who I like better, Weems or Banning, Ink and Silvestri. They're both fantastic. Very cool. Some Rogue, old school Rogue. Very cool. He did 92. So these are not in order, but it is cool. The issue of Spawn, he did the cover. Very cool. Some of this stuff I'm not familiar with. Painkiller Jane. Deathmate. You guys all probably remember that. Actually, I was surprised he did. So this is the black, but the prologue, he actually did all the interiors on the prologue. And I just saw it over here. I was flipping through it. don't know where I put it, but I happened to see it, and I was flipping through, and Silvestri actually did. I don't know if he did. Yeah, he did like all the pencil work, or the layouts at least. I think he did the pencil work. But I was surprised. It's like, oh wow, he did like the whole thing. So that was I think it was like the silver, but he did all the interior work. So it was pretty cool. Dun dun dun. I think this is Inferno, Hellbound. Bam. That's an awesome cover. Very cool. I have some issues of Inferno. But yeah. Interesting concept. Some guys going to hell to save somebody or something. It's pretty interesting. Aphrodite. Hey! Army of Darkness. Darkness. Ashes to Ashes. That's cool. That is rad. Hey, Red Sonja. Remember that image? That's classic right there. Very cool. Ghost Rider. That is sweet. Hey, Witchblade. There you go. Some wizard covers. Yeah, I just remember all the wizard covers were just like fantastic, man. Great art. You know, all your favorite artists doing the covers and stuff. All right, we've reached the end. Boom, Jim Lee. These are cool. I actually have some of these. How to draw. It goes through a few different things. Storytelling, anatomy. I have the character creation one back here. But yeah, they're pretty cool. They're well done. Well, there you go, guys. The Marc Silvestri Millennium Edition. Very cool. So, if you like Silvestri, I think this is well, this isn't an advertisement for this book. I'm not trying to sell you this book. I want you to check it out. Enjoy it. But, anywho, guys, it's been a long one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Later this week, I do plan to post some videos. It is Spawnuary, and we're in week number 2. I'm working on my Gunslinger Spawn. I'm pretty much done. I need to add a few more, I want to just add a few more things to the chains here. Just kind of do them up nice, add some details. But I will post that video, and then I'm going to have it colored. And I also want to take a look through all the Spawn art that has been submitted for week 1 for the Spawn covers. So look for that this week, and then I hope to see you on Friday for Fan Art Friday, guys. All right, take care. Have a good one. Peace.